Back at it again, and here we are in the off season, and we have options here. And these are pretty easy decisions to make. We want to bring back both of these guys, Renhefo and Thomas. They've earned that kind of money. Schreiber, a 2.2 ERA. 1 and 5.5. I'm gonna stay away from that. No, he is a 79. It's an interesting. I don't know. Got a lot of relievers up for free agency. Ferguson, we have an option on. And I think we'll keep Ferguson. What is he making? We'll keep Ferguson for this much. I think that's fine. Castro. I have no reason to not bring Castro back again. Goldschmidt. Thanks, appreciate you, but I'm alright. And Perez only wants 890K. I mean, if he wants to play, I'll give it to him. I mean, I'll probably just keep him in the minors. I'm not against bringing Salvi back, just out of the major leagues. Now he wants 1 mil. Well, we'll come back to you then, Salvi. Julio Teheran kind of fell apart for us, and not even that interested in bringing him back anyway. Soto. No, he didn't have the best whip. And if I'm gonna spend the 4 million, I'd put it on Schreiber. Honestly, I think he's earned the money, and great whip, great ERA. I'll make the offer to Schreiber. I'll give him 5.5. And if he doesn't want it, then that's fine. But when it comes to Jorge Lopez, I'm not against bringing him back, but I kind of want to see what's out there. And the farm director has gone, so we need to get a new one. And I don't even blame the farm director. Like, that is... The way that the last episode ended is just... I don't know how to feel. Definitely hurt, to say the least. I kind of like Jose Rivera for this. Why not? And we're looking good pretty much right now. Alfonso Santana, he's been very good for us, and all that other stuff. If we could get that guy there, that would be cool. And just some news, Adolis Garcia, only 3 years, 22 mil. That's a deal and a half for Garcia. A lot of trades going on right now. Well, don't even know if it's a lot. You get Brendan Donovan moved to the Giants. Musgrove exercised his option. Peter Fairbanks, pretty good closing pitcher. He stays around. The Dodgers exercised their option. Zach Wheeler. And here is arbitration and tender contracts and solid AC, man. I mean, he finished the season better, but man, he was struggling. I mean, I'm not even against doing this. This is pretty nice, honestly. You get arbitration. Yeah, basically you're buying this arbitration out. But I don't even know if, I think I'd rather play the long ball game. Yeah, just give him the 700,000 a year. I think Curtis deserves a raise, even though how that season ended. I'll put that past it. I think I'm gonna leave. I don't know. I guess I'll bring Nadine back again. He's just such a bum, honestly, man. Eddie Leonard can go. I'm not even. I can find anyone to be Eddie Leonard, honestly. I'm ready to move on from him. Honestly, I'm moving on from Alexander as well. Alex Freeland, man, what a sad story he became. But I guess we'll bring him back. I should dock him pay, but James MacArthur. I think I'm moving on from MacArthur as well. Look at this man, Bubba Chandler. He has one of his worst years and he demands all this crazy money. It's just, what a funny guy. Honestly. Like, he's not even as far along as Tuttle is right now, and I don't know. Fitzgerald, done with him. Of course, our man Harding. Getting better by the day. Bring Gray back. And Kevin Kopps. Miguel Lopez. Feeling like I can replace a lot of these guys. Batista, I'll bring him back. And I guess Tolbert. Kinda over petite. Pete, you can stay at that pay. Getting rid of some players, but I think we'll make, we'll fill in the gaps if we have to. And yet again, another year of Isbell having a good year. He's been consistent throughout the series. He's getting on base. It's been above 330 every year he's played. He's adding slug into his game. He's an 800 OPS player the last 2 years. It's been a good player for us, and I definitely don't mind having him on the team. Just doesn't seem to wanna. Man, this man Chris Bubick is one of the more crazier guys on the team. Like, he only will get offered arbitration, and he's crazy, bro. He plays like shit, and then he asks for all this money. It's just like, I love his his arrogance or whatever you want to call it. It's just crazy to me. If water's 1.7, Huff wants 2.6, we'll offer just arbitration. Yeah, okay, Celestino, you're ridiculous there. You can get what you got last year. Hernandez is last year, and he didn't do bad, so I mean, realistically, put an option on it if he wants to come. We'll even give you more money this year. Not even afraid to offer more money this year, and if you play good enough, we'll obviously opt in and pay less money next year. So we're kind of banking on him having another good year, but I don't mind doing that. And now with all that set up, we can go to free agency and looking at the lineup. What could we improve? Obviously, the biggest glaring need is left field. Going in the last offseason, it was right field, and we could even do it again if we needed to improve right field. I wouldn't be against flipping Thomas or even moving Thomas to left field. But I think left field is something we need to improve. We can maybe look to move on for Verdugo and give him a fresh start somewhere else, and kind of have Melendez be the backup guy again. Or even just let Melendez have the job, but I'm not really too keen on that. Seeing now his ability is just whatever. You got Jazz Chisholm out here, and this kid was hitting amazing. He had 31 homers, 100 RBI. I mean, what does he want? He wants 25 per. And I mean, if you put him at second base, or not even really second, you could probably see him more as an outfielder. So left field is an option. Bats left. He's gonna hit righties. Not the best at hitting lefties though, and he's a clutch hitter. It's interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on Chisholm. He might be a guy that I'm interested in, honestly. Got a big power guy and Soler, 35 homers a year ago before hitting the market again, and he knows how to heat up before the market. And also Tyler O'Neill. I mean, he'd be interested for sure, but only hit 202 a year ago. Max Kepler played for the Mets. Got Randy Arozarena at 32 years old. What's he looking for? Doesn't want much. It's a pretty good bat. I mean, this is an instant upgrade, I believe. He's not really much of a lefty hitter though. Speed has went down considerably, seeing how he is a Rosarena. He still hit 30 bombs and 90 RBI. I mean, it's not a bad 1-year fix. You look at Valshow, he's also 30, and he's kind of more the opposite. He can hit righties more, but it's kind of more of a, you don't know what you're gonna get. He's kind of like what you might get from Melendez, really. Got Jimenez, who don't even know if you could play him in the outfield. He's more of a DH, and obviously it'd be cool to add this kind of bat to the lineup, but we don't need a guy that can only play DH. We have a DH, so. And you got Ward, who's already 33, and don't know much about him. Doing well here. Jake Fraley, he's interesting, but he's kind of got the same problem as Verdugo. He's just can only hit righties, and he's clutch, and he's got the vision, and I'm kind of liking Fraley a little bit, actually. I mean, he wants a decent chunk of change, though. What about Yordis Gurriel? I mean, he's also a good candidate here. 270 guy. Yordis can hit lefties well, and he's got power. He's a clutch hitter, which I definitely like. I like clutch hitting. I value that a lot. What does Gurriel want? He only wants 7 mil. Wow. I mean, Gurriel he's a problem player. He can play a lot of positions as well. He's definitely flexible. Ha-Sung Kim, he's out there getting a big offer from the Padres. Alec Bob at third base. He's on a tear in real life, man, for the Phillies, but he's out here trying to get paid. Nico Horner, an 89 overall second baseman, and obviously we know what he does. He gets on base. He's alright, but didn't do too much for Chicago a year ago. He was hurt, but got a Jorge Polanco here. Interesting class. You got Yandy Diaz. That's interesting. 330 a year ago. He's 35 years old, man. Mountcastle up to 89. He's a lefty smasher. I wouldn't mind bringing Mountcastle in just to hit lefties. I mean, with these kind of stats, you can stick him in left field as well. Nah, you really can't stick him in left field with that arm, but Mountcastle for a year would be fun. Nathaniel Lowe. Interesting. You got Alejandro Kirk. And, maybe this was the Rockies franchise. We could talk ourselves into Kirk, but we don't need Kirk here. 99 vision, though, is cool. Alvarado, a free agent. They made a qualifying offer on him, though. They do not want to lose him. Neither does Detroit when it comes to Schoolball. And Singer pretty happy with the offer made from the Angels. It looks like he's leaning towards them, so good for them. Happy they like him. And Kyle Wright likes his offer as well. Oh yeah, there's a qualifying offer made on Chisholm, so I'm not in on Chisholm right now with that qualifying offer. So to be fair, I like Gurriel a lot. He looks cool. I also like Fraley. He looks very good with the discipline in the clutch. He's got good reaction as well. Now, he's not going to be the best kind of guy, but we don't need our left fielder to be the best, obviously. Just need him to be decent. I don't know if he's really an upgrade over for Dugo like Gurriel would be, or even in a Rosarena. It's tough, trying to fill these spots here. You know, with Duran. I like the team. I like the batting order, you know. It's just, I don't know. I think maybe we can upgrade the rotation though, because this obviously was a weakness. Flaherty was a good signing, and I think we're just going to continue to see the good dividends on that one. Obviously, we got Lacey to develop, but Lynch and Bubick are more bullpen guys. I don't really want to use them. Reagan's just not a two-starter. So we'll see what's up here for pitching. You got Luis Garcia. Freddie Peralta at 30. I don't mind Peralta. 5 ERA though. He's been struggling. What has happened to Peralta? Doesn't want much, but what kind of guy are we going to get if we buy Peralta here? Drew Rossman doesn't look terrible. But I mean, he's probably going to want a chunk of change. He wants 13.5. Kyle Wright, not interested, but just wanted to see the number. And even for Singer, what's the number for Singer? He still wants around that 15 million that he's wanted, and definitely not going to come from me. He's up to an 89 now, though. Good to see he's near his potential, but just not in on him. Got Casey Mize down here. Maybe we just take another flyer on a Detroit pitcher. I mean, he wants 9 mil though. What did Mize do? A free 93. I mean, he wasn't terrible. Got a strikeout. The durability isn't bad for Mize. I kind of like the idea of signing Mize. I think I'm in on it. I think I'm in on Mize. And we're going to give him the Jack Flaherty deal, man. 3 years club option. I don't even mind offering him the ace. I mean, who is the ace on this team? Nobody. So, why can't it be Mize? Front load it up for Mize and give him the offer at 11 million per. I mean, you could have also went with McKenzie here, but he's struggled. I mean, what does McKenzie want? He wants 8. I mean, I'm not against bringing McKenzie in either, but I don't know if I want two kind of guys that we just don't know if we can depend on. Brandon Woodworth, I mean, he wouldn't be bad for a year. Got Kolpek, which I'm not in on Kolpek at all, but that'd be funny. I mean, Canning wasn't even that bad. I mean, do we do something with Canning? What's Mackenzie's whip? 147. Yeah, that's a rough year, man. That's a tough year. Patrick Sandoval is a free agent. There's some decent pitchers out here. 20 quality starts, 128 whip. I wouldn't mind bringing Sandoval in for a year. When he wants to play close to home though, but I don't know. I think Sandoval is interesting for sure. I mean, he's a very high quality pitcher. 17 and 80. Looks like the odd man out here in Los Angeles with them going with their new guy, Singer. I mean, everyone gets like the same contract here, I guess, you know. Club them up and 22 mil. See where that goes with Sandoval. See if that holds weight. And looking at some of the bullpen options here. Do we need bullpen? That wouldn't help us by looking there. I mean, we got Castro and Hernandez. Yeah, we definitely need some bullpen help, it looks like. Brusdal Gradolo is definitely someone I wouldn't mind adding. 3.71 ERA, 129 WHIP. About Jason Adam, he was sensational a year ago. Wow, look at the. Whew. Adams looks good, man. I'm in on Adams. So like, this is someone I don't mind paying for. 7.5 for Adam. I'm in on it. I don't care if you regress, man. If you can do even your 2025 year, that's good enough for me. He's got high clutch and good break, good hits per 9. Obviously, he's got the great pitching stats to go with it, with the WHIP and the ERA. Very in on him. Jojo Romero. No, not too high on him. You got Crochet. He kind of didn't have the best year. I mean, what does Crochet want? He wants 4.9? That's it? He was the closer last year. I mean, let's bring in Crochet. I mean, I don't think we can go wrong. So we have an offer for Sandoval. We have pretty much all pitchers offered here. We did offer on Schreiber, but I mean, honestly, if he didn't want to come back, that'd be fine with me. Now we wanted to upgrade left field, and I don't know if we can really with this free agent class. I mean, maybe you take a flyer on Bowers. Had a good on base percentage. How much does Bowers want? He's just not a good fielder though, and he's not fast. He's a slow outfielder. So kind of makes it tough. And not for that much money, man. I'd rather take a chance on Ozuna at that point, and I'm definitely not signing Ozuna. He only wants 4 mil. But what is he gonna be? He's already 13 years of service. I just don't see a good year coming from Ozuna. He'd be lucky to hit 20 home runs, honestly. Cody Bellinger's out here as a free agent. Could we play Belly in left field? I mean, it's not out of the possibility. What's his... I mean, I'm not against trying Belly out. I mean, obviously Belly's gonna want the money. He's clutch too. I think I'm in on Bellinger, man. He's already regressing, but I don't see how a season of Bellinger can be bad at all, especially with his hitting clutch. I offer him 12.5, and if he wants it, he wants it. You got Dylan Carlson out here, who's definitely interesting, but don't think I'm gonna do that. Trent Grisham as well. More of like a backup kind of guy, but man, they want so much money. I just don't want to spend it on that. Now, the interesting thing, Andrew Vaughn's a free agent. What? No way. I'll get Vaughn right now. I don't. I'll take Andrew Vaughn right now. Like, that's crazy that Vaughn's a free agent right now. And he doesn't. I mean, obviously he had a bad year, but I'm very high on Andrew Vaughn, especially playing with him on the Rockies franchise a year ago. Vaughn can play, and I'll find a spot for him. Even if he's a bench bat, I'm fine with that. I was in on Mountcastle though. I really wouldn't mind getting a Mountcastle bat in the lineup, but he'd only be playing against left-handed pitching really, and that's just, I don't know if that's what I want to do. You know, like a guy like Mejia, backup catcher would be kind of fun. Always been a big fan of Mejia as well. But I don't know for 7 million if I want to pay that much for a backup. Christian Beffinger. How much good catchers out here? Tyler Stevenson's out here. He wants a good chunk of change, though, as he should. Danny Jensen. Jeffers. Obviously, the big dog, Kirk. Minnesota made the qualifying offer on Jeffers. That's funny. How much does JT want? Oh, JT, you want 10 mil? You're out of your mind, man. I think we're better off in finding the trade market for a backup catcher than what we're looking at right now. Now we have these offers. Let's just go a couple days and see what happens. And I don't even know if we're going to have enough roster space. We might have to make some moves here. Already made some signings, it looks like. Got Casey Mize and Andrew Vaughn very quickly in the process. And here we go again. Texas in the market for another catcher for the second year in a row. After being sellers on Will Smith when they did the same thing a year ago. Jose Rivera accepts farm director role, so that's cool. Still the same 5 offers out here, and no offer made for Chisholm yet. I'm gonna keep my eye out for Chisholm for sure. I mean, if I can get him at a price that I like, I wouldn't mind making an offer to Chisholm with the money we have. And I definitely would consider him an upgrade in left field. Ryan Abreu, a big deal. 18.5 to go to the Reds. Wow. No offers made for Chisholm yet. We do get Jason Adam. Another offer for Crochet, unless I just didn't see it. Schreiber's still thinking about our offer. And we do end up getting Schreiber back on that deal. Still waiting on Sandoval and Garrett Crochet. No offers made on Chisholm yet. This one might be a long one. Royals have reached their maximum size and cannot sign any more free agents. Tariq Schoolball is a Philadelphia Philly. We got Patrick Sandoval and Garrett Crochet, but it looks like our offer to Bellinger has been resigned because of our roster size. So let us fix that. And Michael Saddle, we appreciate your service. Holy cow, we got a lot of people on this team over. Huh. Let's go by position then. Tons of left fielders, so. Unfortunately, I guess this means John Rave's got to go. Brainer, Asta, Gerald, Sia, Eddie's Leonard, Sia. Mike Brousseau is gone. And just opening up some more space just in case. Here, free agency, and the qualified offer is gone, and no offer has been made for Chisholm, and I don't feel afraid to make one for myself. Wants 25. We'll offer him $15. With an option. Obviously not too interested now, but the only offer on the board right now, and we'll obviously modify if something changes. I'm interested on Chisholm at this point, though, with him still being available. And we'll see if anyone wants to make an offer to Chisholm. And we'll modify and definitely make ourselves a competitor in that market. I'll add a Villiers to the 40 man for now. I don't really think there's anyone else I want to add. No one that seems too important, at least. And this is all we're going to be watching for, is this Jazz Chisholm. Evan Phillips and Freddie Peralta to the Mariners. Alvarado, a 9-year, $173 million. What are the Cubs doing? Kyle Wright back to the Braves. So a lot of things changing now. Vanderlo, Ryan Jeffers signed. And there it is. The Chisholm sweepstakes have taken over. Now he wants 25. I'll give him 25. I'm not afraid. Oh, from Freer's 80. And he's not in on that. Freer's 82, 27.3. Honestly, I'm more comfortable doing this. And that puts us at the top. 2 years, $55 million. I'm fine doing that. I wouldn't mind having Chisholm the next 2 years until we figure some stuff out and add another star to this team. And we're definitely in some competition to get Chisholm, and I'm willing to try to see what I can do. I'm in on Chisholm for at least 2 seasons. And we're still numero uno on that offer. Jazz Chisholm has taken the offer to the Marlins. Of course, we'd like to stop him, and Mountcastle is gone too, so there goes another guy. We'd finally lose here in free agency to somebody, and Bellinger's still here. No offers. Back to Bellinger. As our plan all along. Ha ha ha. 12.5 to Bellinger. And I mean, you got Soler. I mean, not. No, you don't got Soler, actually. I mean, you could always go with Gurriel. Man, it sucks we couldn't get Chisholm. We offered him a good amount of money, but he obviously wanted the long-term security, and good enough for him. I wasn't going to commit that long to Chisholm, especially at that age. But happy for him. And he's going to stay in Miami, so, you know, not a bad ending for the story. You know, that's where he should be anyway. But I figured if there's a chance, I might as well try. Just struck out again. I get a no-hit all over again, not getting Chisholm. Alejandro Kirk joins him down there in Miami. He joins Jazz Chisholm. Man, if we could have got Jazz Chisholm, that would have been huge. Oh, so Jonah Heim is a free agent now, so that makes sense why Texas wanted to offer so bad to the catcher they wanted. Bellinger still mewing offers. Jesus Rosardo goes to the Nationals, another pitcher added there. Bellinger's still thinking. Got Rossman up here still, and thought about him, but not at the price he wants. And a lot of teams are thinking about it now, and a lot of teams are in on Michael Kopech right now. Another Miami signing could be Michael Kopech, and that'd be interesting to see him go down there and pitch. You know, McKenzie getting some offers around the league. I mean, Brandon Drury, man, wouldn't he be a decent option as a backup first baseman? I don't think we got the guy we wanted. I mean, yeah, we did get Andrew Vaughn, so never mind. Yeah, we're just waiting on Bellinger then. And he's still making up his mind. Wow, the Cubs trade for Josh Naylor. They give up a starting pitcher prospect, Adam Gold, and Owen Cassee. But Detroit gives up on Naylor. And it's the draft lottery for the 2026 draft. And the Washington Nationals are projected to have the #1 pick. And they have a very bad record of 46-116. The Athletics 59-103 and 62-100. The White Sox, the Yankees, were 65-97, along with the Mets. Wow. To think that the Twins won with a 91-71 record, won the World Series, is crazy. They beat the Houston Astros who were 107-55. They must have beaten the Rays, who had 100 wins. It's crazy, honestly, to think about how the Twins somehow found a way. We're projected to pick 13. Hopefully we can sneak into the top 10. If we can get to 10, that'd be sweet. But we're probably not going to move much. We'll see what happens. If we win the draft lottery, that's cool. But Colorado wins the draft lottery. They move up 6 spots. We pick 13. We don't move spots. Nationals pick 2, so they didn't get robbed. They're picking 2 the second year in a row. The White Sox pick 6. The Yankees picking 4 is crazy, man. Man, what a bad year it must have been in Yankeeville. Arden Valshow goes to the Tigers after they get rid of Naylor. And we signed Cody Bellinger to the team. So we get a guy that we wanted. And I think the finishing piece to the puzzle, really. And Bellinger will slot into left field. And Verdugo, he'll yield us something. You know, what we want to trade Verdugo for yet, we will decide. But Verdugo is on the way out after his bad season, and we've replaced him with Cody Bellinger. So made a big upgrade to strengthen this batting lineup even more. And we'll see how we can do. You know, this could be the final year of Isbell, so we're going to have to think about getting another fielder. I mean, maybe we have the guy, and, you know, but missing out on Chisholm sucks, but I think getting Bellinger makes up for it. I mean, at this point, if someone wants to claim Prado, I'm almost willing to give up on Prado. I think Prado's the odd man out. I'm fine with him going through waivers. I honestly am over Prado. And Andrew Hoffman got taken. The Nationals are just loading up on pitching. They took 2 players in this draft. They take Hoffman from us. I'm not upset, though. And we might see Hoffman back on the team, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Oscar Colas was available. Wow. And Dylan Coleman. Well, obviously he's not that good. Amazing that Hoffman was the #1 pick in the Rule 5 draft. They think he can play in the pros? Like, good luck, man. I would love to go against Andrew Hoffman. Colas, what a steal for Detroit, though. If he can turn his career around, that would be a steal. They also take this first baseman. I guess the Nationals just really suck if they're going to take players in the Rule 5 draft like that. David Peterson, he goes to Colorado. Jonah Heim to New York. And that'll be a crowded catcher room. Wow, Bubic making $3.7 million. I almost would want to trade him for doing something like that. 4 years, $52 million for Rossman, and he goes to the Diamondbacks. Muncy, a free agent? Wow. Interesting. Hunter Renfroe, here he is. He didn't play for anyone a year ago. That's sad. He had a 700 OPS. He wasn't terrible. Josh Rojas. Garrett Hampson, a guy that was on our roster at the beginning of the rebuild. Very interesting. Obviously, our guy Perez still wants $1 million. And it's the end of the offseason here, so looking at our pitching rotation now. Obviously, Mize is going to slot in there, and Sandoval. Mize is our third. And honestly, I like it like this. One of these guys might get called down, and honestly, I would send down Bubic if I could, but I probably wouldn't be able to get away with it. But I would love to keep Asal Lacy up here. Obviously, if he has to start the year off in AAA, then that so be it. Not the end of the world. But I like having Mize and Sandoval. I think this is an upgrade, obviously. It'll help bring stability, and maybe Mize can bloom into a good player like Flaherty did a year ago. Obviously, he had a good year the year before that, and Mize didn't have a bad year either, so see if that can carry over here and see if we can get some good dividends on that move. Obviously, we made some upgrades at the bullpen with Crochet. Big fan of his. I love having him on the team. We bring Ferguson back. We bring in Jason Adam. Bring Castro back. Schreiber. Hernandez. I think we have a pretty solid team, man. I don't think we did a bad job. Looking at contract extensions. Thomas wants to probably keep making what he's been making. The one guy I'm definitely in on extending, but I just don't know how it's going to work out, is Isbell, but he wants 10 per. Obviously, he's a good player, but I'm kind of going to bet against him, I think, again. And smart or not, it's been interesting for sure. I think I yielded myself another draft pick by having Waters play last year, and Witt led the league in triples a year ago, so that's cool to see. Some decent free agents out here. Robbie Henderson. Oh, he sucks kind of, actually. Jansen, a free agent. Had a good year for San Diego, though. I'll bring Perez back. I'll give the $1 million. It's fine. But he won't. He'll play in the AA. There's a kid that won the game against us in the AA, Brendan Malone. That's cool to see him, I guess. Aaron Brancho is switch hitting second baseman. Add him to the team. Caleb Ketchup. Jeez Louise, what a corny name that one is. I mean, why not? Let's bring Henderson in. I mean, he looks alright for 18. Pause. Willie Joe Gary Jr. What the heck? Vladimir Rastitsiu? William Sullivan. Isaac Peddle. Alright, well. Gonna have to add more people to this roster, like 7 more free agents, but we'll worry about that after spring training. Hope you guys enjoyed the off season, and we'll get to year 4 as soon as we can. Don't know when that will be though, but obviously spring training is ahead. We get to go against Brady Singer the first game. But a new lineup will be presented, and I mean, we look solid. I mean, want to look at the top prospects, I guess. Obviously, Carrera not number 1 anymore. Daniel Reyes, the second baseman, is the number 1 prospect in baseball. Richard Spanos, the second pick in the draft, 78 overall. And he is the 3rd best prospect, and he'll probably be in the MLB sooner than later. Walter Jenkins looks to make his MLB debut, or MLB career. Get it going there. Obviously a miss by us with not taking Costa, but I still feel fine. We got Newton Odell at number 31, and obviously at 18. Costa at 20. Fernando is down to number 38, but he's still always going to be number 1 in my heart when it comes to being the first player taken in the series. Cero Baudaders, 73 overall at 18. Wow, this kid's a stud too. Good player at a young age. E. Washington's at 54, and he'll probably make his AA debut this year. Got Estevan Tejada, who he could make his AA debut this year. He's getting close. He's been developing down in single A for a while. Got Donaldson and Montoya. Josh Turner, a top 100 prospect. Wow. Caleb Collier. Got Chris Velez. Oh, Collier's there, then where's Velez? Oh, he's at 73. I didn't even see Velez there. We'll see how he develops, man. Irvin Less, of course. But at a 46 overall, that is rough, but we'll obviously take our chance. Nixon Lane. Looks like a pretty good hitter. He'll be close to being ready sooner than later. We won't rush him out there, though. And Tim Wells, too. He looks to be a decent hitter to start, and I think we'll have some fun with Wells. Another 5th round pick, and I think Wells can be something. But hope you guys enjoyed it again, and I'm out.